Hey guys, it's John Belcher here. I just want to shoot another video for you, right? You've probably been receiving video after video from me recently. I decided that I'm just going to share tons and tons and tons of value with the world, right? I want to free the world from certain things going on in the world. I want to free, right? Doesn't that sound crazy? I want to free the world from certain things going on in the world. But basically, I want to free people from bondage, right? I want to free you from bondage, whatever type of bondage that you may be going through. Now, I'm gonna try to make this video as short as possible. It might cut off while I'm talking within a couple minutes in the video, but I may need to go to another clip. So just watch this video to the very end, because I'm going to go in depth on some very serious concepts that we all need to be aware of, that some of us may or may not be aware of. But this video is called Changes, right? And the reason why I named it Changes is because I see the changes happening in the United States especially, right? There are changes happening in the world, but in the United States, some major changes are happening. Some of you probably know through research that we're in more debt than ever before, right? Trillions and trillions of dollars of debt as a country, right? As a whole. And that's something to look into, right? A lot of times we think because if a country's in debt, we don't see how that can affect us. We don't see how that can directly affect our income, how that can directly affect our lives. But right now may not be such a big deal to you. But trust me, within the next 10, 20 years, shit is gonna hit the fan, right? And the changes I'm talking about is you see it across jobs, right? You see what they're doing now is they're basically kind of replacing people with like robots and stuff like that. They don't even need people anymore for menial tasks anymore. So that's weeding out people from the job sector. You also have people having pay cuts, right? People having pay cuts. People who used to have overtime, they're no longer having overtime. People who used to get a lot of hours in their job, they're no longer getting a lot of hours. And a lot of these things are happening, and what's happening as a result is the rich keep getting richer and the poor keep getting poorer, right? I'm gonna say that one more time. The rich keep getting richer and the poor keep getting poorer, right? And we keep following the same system of go to school, get a job, and that's it. Live the rest of your life, right? Check to check, right? But let's just be honest. Let's just observe some of these changes for a second, right? You go to work at a 9-to-5 job, and all they do is they milk you every single week. They take taxes. Every year they take taxes. And then by the end of the year, they give you back some money, right? And they call it income tax. And you feel so good. You say, yoo-hoo, right? You say, hooray, I'm going to go to the store and I'm going to go buy myself a new TV. I'm going to go buy myself a new car with your income tax money. That was already your money to begin with. But you think it's some type of IRS commission reward for you. And really and truly, it was your money, that your hard-earned money that you put in tons of hours for, and they make you feel good about it. But this is the system, right? You can't write off things on your taxes working a 9-to-5 job. Let's just be honest, right? The only way you can do that is through ownership of some sort of business, or through making a lot of money from a self-financing skill set, right? Now, if you don't have ownership of a business, or if you're not in business, or if you haven't learned about business yet, click the link below, right? See why I'm making money online. There's a very good reason why I'm making money online. And I have a vision to free thousands and thousands of people around the world. And the reason why is because I see these changes happening, and it may seem like it's happening slowly, but it's actually happening rapidly, right? And some of you are 17 years old, 20 years old, and this stuff is really going to affect you and your children by the time you reach your 40s and your 50s. But because there are some things that are changing in the old system, the industrial revolution system, right, of working a 9-to-5 job and working in factories, that's over and done with, right? Let's just be honest. We're in the information age. More small businesses are having more success than ever before, becoming $1 million, sometimes $1 billion companies than ever before. That you've never seen that before. But now we're in the information age, so any type of information you can learn. You can literally anything you want, given that you can do some research on Google or YouTube. So literally there's tons and tons of information out there, because we're in a different age now. You got Facebook, you got YouTube, you've got Instagram, so many social media platforms. You got people selling apps now for billions of dollars. So when you think about that, what's happening is people are taking their ideas and making some type of product or some type of service out of it and getting rich, right? Without a job telling them how much they're worth, without a job telling them, oh, you won't be able to retire until you're 65 or 70 years old. And then that's when you could go live your life, and your back is like, aching, and your knees is like broken stuff, excuse my language. But this is just the life we're living in, and what's happening is there's changes happening, right? I want you to realize that there are changes occurring. We may not feel like it, but the American dream is no longer, it's not American dream, it's the American nightmare, because all it does is it sucks you dry, right? You get your job, and then what happens is You got to work all these hours every day, right? And you feel like you're getting somewhere. You feel like you're making a lot of progress in life because you're making this money. But the truth is, the more you work, the less money you're making, because you're going to buy things that are on your level financially, right? So now you got the new house, you got the new car, right? You got a family, you got more kids and stuff, and your wife, you guys get busy and have kids and stuff, and this is gonna cost more money. So you're still making the same salary cap. You don't have a business, or you're not running a business, so you can't create more income. If you need more income, you gotta wait until this job tells you, look, all right, we're finally going to give you a raise after 10 years of your services, right? And you better pray to God that we don't fire you on the 19th year right before you're going to retire. And this is what the society is, what it has become, right? And if you think about the Bible, for example, you don't have to be religious or anything like that. Some of the greatest stories are in the Bible, right? And you look at some of those figures and some of the people who played roles in the Bible, they never had no 9-to-5 job, right? These people had passions, they had businesses, and they had crafts, and they built their awareness about what they did, and people came to them, right? And this is how they made a living, guys. So look at the world, look at the fact that America is in trillions of dollars of debt. We're not the #1 country that we once was before in the past, and the debt is only increasing, right? It's only increasing, it's not getting better. What's gonna happen over the years to come is the price of goods are gonna go up, right? Inflation is gonna happen, things are gonna get more and more expensive, right? As we see it happening every single day, right? And do you think, I have one question to ask you, is do you think just your job alone is gonna be enough to sustain that? Do you think your job alone is going to be enough to sustain the changes that are going to happen? If I just told you at the beginning of the video that the rich are getting richer and the poor are getting poorer, this is something to think about. It may not affect you today, but it will affect you within 10 to 20 years from now. We've got people moving to different islands now. We've got people moving out of the country because they realize these changes, or either that or start running a business, start getting out there, start using, social media platforms, or click the link below, right? See how you can get started in business with me, how you can start on a new journey, an entrepreneurship journey, and really, step into your power and do things, make money independent of time. Because I'm telling you right now, that's what the rich are doing. They're not working 9-to-5 jobs. You go to these rich neighborhoods with $1 million houses, they own something, or they have some type of online business, or they're into stocks, or they're into some type of business that's making them money that's self-sufficient for them, right? If that makes sense, guys. So I want you to realize the changes. Step out of your everyday life for a second. Zoom out. Look at the big picture of what's going on. Look at what's changing maybe in your workplace. Look at what's changing maybe in your job, right? And look at what's changing as far as senior citizens. You see, just really look at the world in a much bigger scope, guys. This is John Belcher. Step into your power today. Analyze the changes and see how you could be ahead of the curve so you won't be a victim of what's happening in the system in the next 20 years. John Belcher. Peace.